You own a cat. You love your cat. And you've been falling for the same cat myths since you were a kid. Myths that are quietly wrecking your cat's health right now. Some of these are shocking cat myths that even vets still hear every single week. And the worst part? They sound totally reasonable. That's exactly why they keep spreading. Stay with me, because myth number 3, it's one of the funniest and one of the most dangerous. You're probably doing it this week.
Pet tips, tricks, and love. Medo's Paws, your guide to happy, healthy pets.
Welcome to Medo's Paws, where we dig into real myths about cats so you can actually be the owner your cat deserves. I've spent the last 3 years researching cat behavior, digging through veterinary journals, and honestly unlearning almost everything pop culture ever taught me about cats. Today we're debunking cat myths. 5 of the biggest, the most common, and yes, a couple of genuinely funny cat myths that you will not believe adults still argue about. By the end, you'll have the real cat myths and truths, and your cat will literally be safer for it. Let's go. Alright, myth number 1. Cats always land on their feet. And look, this is one of those common cat myths debunked by physics that people still refuse to believe because they've watched exactly one slow-motion YouTube video and decided science is settled. Here's what's actually true. Cats do have something called the righting reflex, an instinct where they spin their body mid-fall using their inner ear and flexible spine. It's real, it's impressive. It's also wildly misunderstood. Hold on. Pause right there. That reflex needs distance to work. At least 30 centimeters of airtime, roughly a foot, before it even activates. Below that, your cat hits the ground in the wrong position every time. It's like handing someone a parachute that only deploys on the 3rd story and above. Below that, you're just falling. The ASPCA documents thousands of high-rise syndrome cases every year. Cats falling from low windows, landing wrong, and suffering shattered jaws, broken limbs, and internal injuries. The reflex is real. A safety net? Absolutely not. The fix is embarrassingly simple. Window screens, mesh barriers, anything that stops your cat from launching herself off a 2nd floor sill because she spotted a pigeon. That's it. Install them. Done. And a fun bonus, your screens will also stop about 400 insects per summer. You're welcome. Real quick, drop a comment right now. Which of these cat myths did you grow up believing? I want to know. I'll actually reply. And then, myth 2. This one doesn't just hurt cats. It stops owners from calling the vet in time. Here's a common cat myth debunked that I genuinely wish were just harmless folklore. 9 lives. Adorable concept. Ancient origin, the number 9 was considered sacred in many cultures, from Egypt to medieval Europe. Turkey says 7 lives. Spain says 9. Nobody asked the cat. But here's where it stops being cute. Some real cat owners use this belief, unconsciously, to delay vet visits. She's tough, she'll bounce back. He's got 9 lives, he's fine. Here's the biology that makes this shocking. Cats are hardwired to mask pain and illness. It's evolutionary in the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that over 60% of cats with diagnosed chronic pain showed no symptoms their owners could identify. Think about that. Your cat could have arthritis, early kidney disease, or dental infections, real diagnosable, treatable conditions, and sit in the sunbeam looking completely fine, because they are designed to fool you, not out of spite, out of survival instinct. The real takeaway, your cat gets 1 life, just like you. Annual wellness exams aren't optional extras. They're the only way to catch what your cat won't tell you. Watch for subtle shifts, eating slower, hiding more, skipping the top of the cat tree they used to love. Those are the signals. Up next, myth 3. And I'm going to be honest with you, this one is genuinely one of the funniest cat myths out there, and also genuinely gross if you've ever done it. Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever poured your cat a little bowl of milk as a treat. Don't worry. This is a safe space. We're all here together. This might be the most funny cat myth on the list because everything about it feels right. The imagery, the nostalgia, the cartoons, Tom and Jerry, the Aristocats, every single cozy cottage painting ever made. Cat, saucer, milk. It's basically a law of the universe. Except your cat is suffering quietly while you feel great about yourself. Here's the science. Kittens produce an enzyme called lactase, It breaks down lactose in their mother's milk. But here's the twist. Once they're weaned, most cats stop producing lactase entirely. By the time your adult cat is lapping up that saucer of cow's milk, their digestive system literally cannot process it properly. The result? Bloating, stomach cramps, diarrhea, on your carpet. It's not dangerous in small amounts, but it's not a treat. It's a punishment with extra steps. Comment zone. Be honest. Have you given your cat milk? Tell me what happened. Literally anything. I promise I won't judge. The swap is easy. Fresh water, room temperature, not iced. Cats evolved drinking from streams, but cold bowls put many cats off entirely. A pet water fountain runs about $30, and most cats will drink significantly more water, which protects their kidneys long term. Coming up, myth 4. And this one might actually change how you spend time at home. Because it's about your cat's cat behavior, and how badly we've been reading it. Cats are independent. They don't need attention. They tolerate you at best. You've heard all of it. And honestly, this is the cat myth I find most personally offensive, because it gives bad owners a convenient excuse. I don't need to play with my cat. They prefer being alone. That's not cat behavior. That's a cat who has given up asking. A landmark study from Oregon State University tested cat behavior across 4 stimulus categories: human social interaction, food, toys, and scent. And the result? The majority of cats preferred human interaction over everything else. Over food, over toys, over stimulating smells. Your cat chooses you every single time they're given the choice. So what happens when we don't give them that connection? Research from the University of Lincoln found that cats left understimulated for extended periods develop measurable anxiety markers, excessive vocalization, over-grooming, destructive behavior, and elevated cortisol levels. That's stress. That's a quality of life problem. And we caused it by believing a myth. 20 minutes a day, that's the baseline. Structured play with a wand toy or puzzle feeder. A window perch with something to watch, and just talking to them. Cats process your voice and tone. They know the difference between "I love you" and "I'm stressed." Talk to your cat. I promise you won't look as weird as you think. Okay, last one. And this is the one I genuinely hesitated to include, because the truth is that uncomfortable. Myth 5. Let's go. Declawing a cat. It sounds clinical. Routine. Just a nail thing, right? Get it done. Move on. It is not a nail thing. Declawing, the medical term is onychectomy, is the surgical amputation of the last bone of each toe. Not the claw, the bone. On all 10 front toes. If we scaled it to human anatomy, it would be cutting off every finger at the last knuckle. Let that sit for a second. This is one of the most shocking cat myths. Not because people think it's good, but because so many people genuinely didn't know what it actually involves. And the consequences are documented and severe. A 2017 study in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that declawed cats are 3 times more likely to develop chronic back pain due to a lifelong change in how they walk and distribute weight. They bite more frequently because their first line of defense is gone. They avoid litter boxes because digging causes pain in their altered paws. And it is banned or heavily restricted in over 40 countries: Australia, Germany, the UK, most of Europe. Not fringe positions, mainstream veterinary consensus. If this changed something for you, I could share this video. Send it to one person who has a cat or is thinking about getting one. One share could genuinely protect an animal from a lifetime of chronic pain. That's not drama, that's just math. The alternatives are genuinely easy. Vinyl nail caps. They come in colors, they're safe, they last 4 to 6 weeks, and your cat will look faintly ridiculous in the best possible way. Regular nail trims, multiple scratching posts, tall, sisal, placed where your cat already tries to scratch. Your cat can keep their claws, your couch can survive. Both things are true. Okay, that's all 5. That's the full round of common cat myths debunked. Veterinary researchers estimate that the owners who understand these 5 facts reduce preventable emergency vet visits by nearly 30%. These aren't small wins. They're your cat's quality of life. You came in here knowing these myths about cats. You leave knowing the truth behind all of them. That's not a small thing. That's what being a real cat person actually looks like. Your cat doesn't know you watched this video, but trust me, they can tell the difference between an owner who knows and an owner who guesses. You're now the first kind. Before you go, 3 things. Fast, I promise. 1. Hit like if any of these cat myths and truths genuinely surprised you. It helps Medo's Paws reach more cat owners who need to hear this. And the algorithm takes it very seriously. Smash it. 2. Subscribe to Medo's Paws. Every single week we take on a new pet myth that the internet keeps spreading. Don't miss it. Hit the bell. 3. Leave a comment. Which of these 5 cat myths hit you hardest? See you next week. Same channel, same mission. Medo's Paws. Take care of your cats.
Oh, pet tips, tricks, and love. Medo's Paws, your guide to happy, healthy pets. Pets.